Safe Harbor Foundation presents Stories of Hopelessness and Hope, Stories of Addiction and Courage. These are the true stories of real people fighting their battles, reclaiming their lives.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia, and I have 15 months clean, and I am currently staying at Safe Haven. My childhood wasn't a very good childhood. My mom and dad were very abusive to each other. As far back as I can remember, my dad was always beating on my mom. They were addicted to drugs and alcoholic. I remember hardly having anything to eat, feeling like, I had nobody. I was always at my grandma's, and she married my grandpa at the time, and I thought that was my safe place until, I grew a little bit older and I found out what he was really doing. He SA'd me till I was about 10 years old. I thought it was a game. He called it a tickle game. And, it was normal to me because I didn't know anything about it. It happened in front of my grandma. Down the road, they went to court because I told my social worker, because we ended up going to foster care at age 7 for the first time. Remember what even brought it up with my social worker, but, she gave me a doll, and I remember, showing her what happened. And so they took him to court. He got locked up for one day, and then my grandma went to court and said I was lying. So from that day forward, I, had it in my head that nobody would believe anything I said. As a child, I stopped, saying anything that happened. I was a very quiet child. My mom can tell you that. I was a good kid. I kept to myself. I loved school. I loved sports. I wasn't very outgoing. Like I said, the family home wasn't good. I got bullied a lot because we had to steal for food. My mom was always at the bars drunk. I remember her breaking into our own apartment because we were asleep and my big sister had to watch us. My dad, when he was there, I remember she went to work one time. All we had to eat was a piece of gum, like a gum stick, because he was too busy getting high downstairs. He would lock us up upstairs, and so, we wouldn't have anything. She would kick him out, he would come back, and it was just like ongoing. He'd come back, she could come out. He'd come back, she could come out. I remember this one instant, my mom and dad just got in this really big fight, and she kicked my dad out at the time, and I couldn't wake my mom up because I heard like somebody on the porch and stuff and banging on the windows. So I have a fear of looking out the windows at night because my dad scared me. Like, he just popped up out of nowhere when I was looking out the window, and that scared me. So I couldn't get my mom awake because when she passed out, she passed out. There was no waking her up. And so I remember falling back asleep on the couch and then waking up, and my dad, was holding me, and I don't even remember, coming inside. He caught the house on fire, so we all had to leave then. I remember we were going to my pawpaw's in St. Mary's, his dad, and my mom and dad got in an argument about something. I don't remember what it was, but we were on the highway, and he pulled the emergency brake while my mom was driving. We literally hit the guardrail, and he got out of the car and left us there. And that was a really bad experience. We ended up going back to foster care. While I was in my second foster home, my pawpaw, my dad's dad, he was trying to adopt us. Well, he ended up having a clogged artery. He went and had surgery, and he said he was fine. He came back home and started bleeding again, and he died. So, that side of the family, we really didn't talk to. My mom got us back. And honestly, I don't remember why they took us the last time. I just remember my social worker coming in and taking us for good. Like, my mom was doing good. We were all sitting in the living room at the time and watching TV together. And then here she comes, taking us out. We went to several different foster homes. The Cunninghams were supposed to adopt us. They made us call them mom and dad. We were with them for a little bit. And then they ended up adopting a baby that was addicted to crack because they couldn't have kids at the time, or so they thought. Ended up giving us away. From that day forward, I didn't trust what any adult said too. So, how are you going to tell a kid, call us mom and dad, we're going to adopt you, and then don't do it? We went into one foster home. Like, we didn't know how to clean and stuff because our mom, like I said, didn't show us how to do that, and we were little. They were rich, very stuck up, and I was like so tiny because where we hardly ate. They would make me sit at the table and eat like a big, like an adult would eat, a big plate, and I couldn't eat it. I would like literally put it in my mouth and go, flush it down the toilet. Well, I think it was my little sister, or I don't know if it was my foster sister. Somebody told on me, so they fixed me another plate and made me eat all of it. There's that started with my eating disorder, where, your stomach expands when you have to eat that much. So I would get more hungry and have to eat more, and then they'd be like, oh no, you had enough. I'm like, well, you guys are making me eat more portions, and then you're getting mad because I'm still hungry, Well, our room, me and my little sister shared a room. My big sister was always in and out of like mental institutions, so it was always me and my little sister together. We were in a room. Our clothes were everywhere, our toys were everywhere. Our birth mom got us these porcelain dolls that, kind of looked like us for Christmas. That foster mom threw them and broke them because our room was a mess. Why would you do that? She had a rule, we couldn't come out till 10 a.m. Her other kids were allowed to come out whenever they wanted to. So we got moved to a different place. After that, we went to Clay County. We were their first foster kids. It was me and my little sister. And she had all boys. She didn't have girls. She didn't know how to handle me. I had anger issues. Like, they tried to put me in therapy. I wouldn't do my therapy because they wanted to talk about how I was SA'd a lot, and I didn't want to talk about that. I'm a kid. Nobody believed me at the time, supposedly. So why do I need to talk about... I'm not going to talk about my feelings in therapy. So I would just go to sleep. Like, I would not talk to them, and it came to a point they were like, well, she's not going to talk to me. I'm not going to do her therapy. So I would have like anger outbursts. She just didn't treat us like, she had this grandkid, a little bit younger than us, but not too young, I don't know. She always said that we did something like, our behavior was like sexually or something, which it wasn't. We played house and shit, but it was never like mom and dad or nothing like that. We give each other whoopings, So we were never allowed to be alone with her granddaughter, or we were bad like influences, and so she gave us away. Then we went to the Cottrells where I got adopted eventually. I was okay. I turned 14, we got adopted. But I was promised that if we got adopted, I could see at least my grandma, my birth grandma. Well, they lied. I was not allowed to have any communication with my family. At the time, I didn't, I thought they just didn't care. I didn't know that they wouldn't allow it. So I was doing good. I was in all pre-AP classes. I was in basketball, volleyball, softball, ran track. And then at 15, I was suicidal. I had suicidal intentions. Honestly, I just got really depressed because my adopted parents, they weren't good at all. Like, at first they were nice, yeah, but they had favorite, and they acted like one kid was the worst and one kid was the best, So they switched to me that I was the worst kid. So I told my friend, sent her a picture of a butcher knife. I was like, I'm going to kill myself. And her dad was a paramedic, and they came and got me. So I went to Highland, I think it was Highland up in Huntington. Oh, no, I don't know what it's called. Something up in Huntington. Stayed there for a month, and I got in fights, showed my butt. I would do it just to get shots in my butt because it felt good. I started my eating disorder, bulimic. It got to the point where I had to sit in 30 minutes to an hour beside a worker, not out of their sight, to let my food digest before I could leave their sight. So that's where my eating disorder started. I came home, my adopted dad was like, okay, so you can either go to the Mountaineer Challenge Academy or you can go to placement. They wanted to send me to placement in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia. I ended up going to Barry Robinson Center because I'm not going to a freaking military academy at 15 years old, like, no. I was, kind of quiet. I've only gotten in one fight so far, but that was taken up for my little sister because we got bullied. Like, my whole life I've been bullied. because I didn't have a voice. I would never voice my opinion. I was experimenting with my sexuality. That's when I found out I was bisexual. And I got this girlfriend. We were roommates. They found out, so we had to get moved. Well, me and this one girl, like, she was being rude to me, like, because I was younger and I wouldn't say anything. Like, I would let people pick on me. And she's like, you won't go punch her in the face. And I did. And ever since then, like, I loved fighting. Like, it was like, I didn't care. You look at me wrong, I'll fight you. It was my anger. I never was able to release that. I was always in the office every day for that. And then I started working out towards the end. I was there for 6 months until I finally started working out and doing my therapy.
Part 2 of this podcast will be coming soon. This has been a Safe Harbor Foundation podcast. This episode and others are available at safehavensoberhomes.com. If you know of someone who needs help with addiction, please call us at 304-853-3869 or visit us at safehavensoberhomes.com. Be well, people. We do recover.